Hey guys, welcome to Science in the City. Hopefully you don't hate that name. We're figuring it out as we go. But this is my friend Ashley and I'm Kalpana, and we are two awesome women in STEM, as well as we kind of are making our way through Hollywood. So our podcast is just us talking about everything science related. My expertise is in space. She does pretty much everything else.
All the things, all the STEM
all
things.
The STEM things. And and this is stuff we love to talk about generally. So we're like, why not do what everyone else is doing and make a podcast out of it. So we hope that you guys enjoy it.
As one does.
So the third known interstellar object that entered our solar system this past July. The first one was in, 2019.
Yeah, didn't they? I thought they noticed it a while ago.
I'd have to double check.
Or are you talking about Oumuamua?
Oumuamua.
Oumuamua,
Yes.
yeah, that one. Yes,
that first one.
Okay,
yes,
that
yes.
one I remember.
The one that's like a weird cigar shape looking
yeah,
thing.
it totally looked like an alien spaceship.
Yeah.
But wasn't one.
But wasn't one. It's turned out to be just probably a normal rock. But there's, it's still hard to say because of the speed that it came through. And it's not like they sent a probe to it to know. But it didn't have any outgassing. So it's not a comet like the other two. Like the most recent one.
Yeah.
And then the Borisov, the one before.
That one I don't know anything about, actually. The first one and this one I do, but not that one.
Yeah. I think so far that's touted to be the largest of them. Somewhere between 0.5 to 1 kilometer. Which is bigger.
5 Chipotles.
5. Girl, how big are your Chipotles?
We
1
had to
kilometer.
measure it in like McDonald's and Chipotles and
pretty much.
Toyota Rams.
I don't even, what is kilometer to mile?
0.6.
0.6, right?
Yeah.
So let's say at biggest Borisov was 0.6 miles across.
Okay.
That's a lot of Chipotles.
Yeah, that's a lot more than 3. It's like
how big are your
Costco's or
Chipotles?
IKEA. It's like 4 IKEAs.
It's 4 IKEAs.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So
Yes.
hopefully that makes sense
I
to
like those
everybody.
measurements.
It's 4 IKEAs.
Yes.
So Borisov, pretty much a comet, had the same outgassing, that tail when it passes by the sun that outgasses.
That everybody thought was like...
Yeah. They concluded that that one's pretty much a comet. Same with this newest one, 3I Atlas. You hear a lot by a specific astrophysicist who works at Harvard that he thinks everything is
The one who wrote the
aliens.
paper.
Yes. Initially, where he's like,
That's frustrating.
oh, this can be not natural, like alien technology. And that's all.
Hostile alien technology.
Yeah, like they're coming here to watch us.
Yeah, he was like, we need a weapons plan or a defense plan. And I was like, what the...
I know, but and he still holds true to that in spite of updated evidence. Like when they first observed 3I Atlas, they thought it was much bigger than it is. And because it's moving at a crazy speed, his other argument is its weird trajectory through our solar system. Like it's weirdly passing through Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. So he thinks it's like a
Wait,
probe
why do you
that's
think it was
watching.
weird?
I don't know. He thinks that trajectory seems intentional. Like it's here to watch us, to report back to some mothership somewhere. And I'm like... That's more likely to you than just that it happened to be passing through our solar system.
Yeah,
this
I would
way?
think a strange trajectory would be a 180. Then I'd be like,
Yeah,
whoa,
absolutely.
Or a
Yes.
straight line.
Yes.
Then I'd be like, well, that's weird.
That's weird.
But
that
I'm
seems
like,
intentional.
yeah, because I remember looking at it and being like, I don't know, just looks like it's not part of the sun's orbit. So
Yeah,
I don't know what
absolutely.
you're talking about.
But like it's literally doing what any other object would, which is swing around the sun, speed up as it swings around the sun, and then come back out. So when it goes by Jupiter next March, it'll just be out of the solar system after that.
And then it's nobody's problem.
It's no one's problem.
Weren't there 2 other people who wrote on that paper? It wasn't just him.
No, it wasn't just him. He
He's
tends
like a
to be the
guilty
face
party.
of it. Yeah. And I wonder if they're his subordinates, so they have to.
His subordinates, his lowlings.
Exactly.
We don't know.
So
we don't
they
even
they
name
kind of
them.
have to agree. Also, I kind of, and to some degree, I get his point. It's fun. That's what science is about, right? Being open-minded to things. But then in this day and age, though, when you make sensational claims, Americans,
There's a
the
price.
world, isn't smart enough. They're looking for these conspiracies versus maybe the fact that it's natural could just be exciting enough. Like it's an interstellar object. It doesn't have to be alien just for it to be amazing.
It's still cool.
It's still cool.
I think people really underestimate the word interstellar, though. They just know the movie and they don't really appreciate what the word means. It's like not at all in our solar system, which is massive, by the way. It's like so much more than Mars and Earth, you know?
Absolutely.
So that's what makes it so strange to like, why is it in our orbit? That's crazy.
Why is it in our orbit? Exactly. And no one knows where it would have come from. It could have like swung through many systems along the way.
Which is so cool.
And then so you don't know where these things actually come from. That's why 3I Atlas's age range is between 4 to 13 billion years old.
Yeah, it's crazy old, which is so nuts.
It could have been older than our solar system. It could have been traveling through our galaxy longer than our solar system has existed, which is crazy.
You know the thing, this is so funny. I really, like, you might actually know this because I always wondered about this and it's not exactly my field, but I'm always trying to figure out what existed before this solar system.
Yeah.
And the answer is always like gases. I'm like, okay, cool. But was there another solar system here and that sun died and now we have a new solar system?
It's, from my understanding,
You know?
it's like kind of yes and no. So our nebula would have just been gas and dust, like a cloud. But then why I say yes and no is because they say our sun is a third generation star. So 2 stars had to die before our sun existed.
So there could have been planets.
Probably not in this exact vicinity, but somewhere
that's
nearby.
fun.
Do you
That
know what I
sounds
mean?
lame.
But like our solar system came into being when a nearby star went supernova and then set into motion the formation of our planets and all that crap.
I kind of like the idea of us being like Earth 2.0. You know, like there were planets and then they died. And now we're the new planet.
And we're the new planets because maybe their star like went supernova, killed everything, and then now there's likely it was just a pile of gas and dust.
Oh, so not as fun though.
But like Earth 2.0 though, you bring up a good point. People say we are on Earth 2.0 because when that Mars-sized object crashed into us that eventually formed our moon, it would have like completely remade Earth.
Yeah.
We went through a lot of transformations during that period of heavy bombardment like 4 billion years ago.
I'm just glad I wasn't around for any of that. Can you, like, I always think about if a life form could live on a planet that's getting constantly bombarded.
I know.
You know, like Three Body Problem, I guess this show on Netflix is kind of like that. But I don't know. I love the idea behind all that, but sometimes I do want to punch holes through it because I'm like, I don't even think they would have made it that far.
No,
to be honest, like
it's constant bombardment like that, like it's just pure chaos. I don't know how a species would survive because it's not even like, oh, they can hide underwater. It's like there's no water yet.
Yeah,
on the planet.
Where are you going to go?
Where are you going to go? And then
I don't get it.
I don't think you have an atmosphere yet, so now you're just being bathed in radiation from your star.
Did they not have an atmosphere? I didn't read it, so I don't know. I just
mean like planet formation in general.
Oh,
I haven't
okay,
actually seen the show.
I have
to.
So I watched like 4 episodes and it literally traumatized me.
Really?
I think it's one of. Did you ever see? Oh my God, what was that cult classic? It was 1 season. It was like cowboys in space. Firefly. Oh my God. In fact, I couldn't remember that. So in Firefly.
Seen that either.
Okay, so the bad guys, like they're called Reavers.
Okay.
And they look human, but they're insane and they like basically slaughter everybody. So the story inside that show is how did the Reavers come about? And one of the characters says, oh, they used to be human, but they went to the edge of the universe and their minds snapped. So they like looked into the nothingness and they snapped
just broke them.
and became Reavers. So that was like, when I was watching Three Body Problem, there was something about it so existential that got some seed in my mind and my mind snapped and I was like, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
I will not survive. I was like,
crap.
I'm never watching it. So I stopped watching it.
You stopped watching it. It was like too much, too profound. Because also you know about this subject, so you're able to think more deeply into it. Versus just being like, oh, this is escapism, it's just entertainment. It's like, no,
it wasn't for me.
It's rooted in some sense of science. So, okay, I need to check it out.
Yeah, I can't
Working in entertainment as long as I have, I don't watch much, and I need to.
Which is crazy, because I don't either, but I watched 4 episodes of that.
I need to. Like, at least a pilot of everything. I'm technically supposed to.
I
as
think
an
you'd like
actor and
it.
a writer. Like, I should.
You should. Have you seen The Expanse?
I did see the first one.
Oh, thank God, okay.
Yeah.
I got scared there. I'm
like, there's scientists who even work at JPL who that's their like favorite sci-fi show because it's
so
rooted
good.
in so much truth.
Oh my God. My favorite of all time.
Yeah.
Did you ever read them?
No.
I only read 1 book, which I know is really terrible, but my roommate read all 7, so I'm going to just kind of like make that myself.
Live vicariously through that person. No,
like,
100%. If someone you live with read it, you read it.
It counts. It's like they watched the TV show and you're like, I have also watched this TV show.
I have also seen it all.
I do think you'd like the pilot of Three Body Problem.
I'm sure.
Because it incorporates like kind of this video game element to it.
Okay,
where the characters play a game. And I'm like, that would be an interesting way for an alien species to decide to communicate with us, like through a game.
Yeah.
It's like, that's actually kind of brilliant.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but just everybody's dying all the time and it's craziness.
It's weird how little I watch sci-fi as much as I love space.
Because it's normally trash.
Yeah, that's probably
It's normally trash.
I'm like, what? And it makes me mad.
Yeah.
And then I just get mad. Yeah.
I love Firefly, but like scientifically, holy
just,
God. No, it's like terrible.
There's not even a sci in the fi.
No.
It's just fi.
That's
just
why
fantasy.
The Expanse is so good. That's why I love it so much.
Great.
I'm like, it takes them forever to get everywhere.
Yeah,
they need to take drugs to survive the acceleration. I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is accurate.
This is accurate.
Honestly,
absolutely.
I don't, there was one aspect of that show that everybody's like, this is not accurate. But I think for the most part, everybody else is like, hell yeah.
You know what? You're allowed in entertainment to get a little bit of a pass, especially when
smidgen.
everything you've
Yeah.
done is like on point.
It is.
It's cool. You
It
do
is,
your like
yeah.
wormhole kind of shit. It's fine.
I
You
think
know what I mean?
That's what it was.
It probably was,
right?
right?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
It was the alien thing, and that's when they started to lose people.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, if you're an advanced species, this is how you have to travel.
yeah,
It just
100%.
is. You can't travel any other way.
Yeah.
You have to find a way to skip through space because,
Exactly.
like, Star Trek, Star Wars, everybody has their own method. But
I know, right?
you know,
right.
like a Stargate.
Yeah,
Which I'm
yeah,
like-
exactly.
It's another
So
one
it's
I
like
haven't
Expanse
watched.
kind of shot themselves in the foot because they were too realistic and
Yeah.
like too true, and they added a little bit of sci-fi, and it was like, no, we're out.
Yeah. They're
crazy.
like, okay. Yeah, I know. Whenever I try to pitch it
crazy.
to people, I'm like, it's so realistic. And I never mention the alien aspect.
Yeah,
I don't
gotcha.
even say it.
No,
Because I'm like, you have to like experience it to like.
yeah, to appreciate it and appreciate
how
the
real it
brilliance of that show.
feels.
So yeah, by the way, we're not sponsored by The Expanse or Amazon Prime.
Not
We
at
just
this
really
moment.
like the
I have
show.
been I have been sponsored by them twice in the past,
Amazon
but not
Prime.
right now.
Same. I've worked with Prime too.
Yeah, I would. No, it was their video games. Because The Expanse has this huge video game
that's cool.
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're really cool. So I'm like, yes, sign me up.
Yeah,
It's really great.
okay.
They follow my favorite characters. So I'm like, oh,
There you go.
not sponsored. Hashtag
Not sponsored,
not an ad.
but are willing to be
We will
again
totally
soon.
take
Although
it.
Expanse is canceled, but Amazon Prime, I'll work with you again anytime.
Oh, yeah. Or the video games.
Or the
They're
video
always
games.
coming out.
Yeah,
I'd actually like to write the music for it.
You
That would
want
be
to
really fun.
for the video games.
Yeah, it would be cool to write music for like sci-fi music.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a deep techno beat for like 5 minutes. Just
yeah,
kidding.
there
I
you
wouldn't do
go.
that to people,
Or you
but-
know, like everyone just uses the shit out of Interstellar, Hans Zimmer's music for Interstellar on every goddamn reel
Yeah.
possible. It's some
Yeah.
variation of his music on there.
It's getting annoying.
A little bit. It's
I'm a little over it.
It's like it's amazing music, but you guys have just used it to death on stuff that's not even space related. It'll just be some kind of profound post,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Here,
And you're
Interstellar."
like, cool, your mind is blown. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
Great. God,
Speaking
that's
of
another good one.
Interstellar, did you enjoy the movie?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Right?
Yeah.
I always, and I shouldn't say this because, I'd love to be in one of his movies one day, but Nolan's dialogue to me can use a little work because I think he doesn't trust his audience enough to know what the themes are.
Yeah.
So when Anne Hathaway's character was like, love transcends
I knew
time
that was
and
the scene.
space, I was like,
I
bro,
knew
you
it.
didn't need to explain that to us because that was clearly the theme of this movie. But
I needed it explained to me, I think. Because, like,
Really?
Yeah, because I think he is. I don't know how much into the STEM universe he is, but I feel like he's nerdy enough to know that, like, us STEM people sometimes really have no idea about human emotions.
Fair enough.
And more, like, I actually do need you to explain it to me.
Okay, fair enough. So he was gearing it more towards STEM people in that case. Okay, I will take that.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because, like, for me, I needed it.
Yeah,
It wasn't
gotcha.
until she started talking about that I was like, oh, that's the
that's
theme
why
of this
she
movie.
wants to. No, Ashley, no.
I know.
That's okay.
I was
You
like,
know
ooh,
what?
space. I was just...
It's good for me to know
yeah.
that, though.
Yeah.
Actually, like that very, very smart people that would have flown over their head unless she explained it.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
because
think-
I'm not a movie person or a TV
Yeah,
or art
that's fair.
person.
That's
like
fair.
I do need to be spoon fed,
right.
which is really sad.
No, that's okay.
'Cause
You
they're
have
like-
strengths in certain things.
I know they're like time dilation. I'm like, yes, perfect. I'm
Yes.
down. And then
Yeah.
they're like human emotions. I'm like,
What does that
you lost
mean?
me.
Why is he crying while he's
I
watching
don't-
his daughter grow up? I don't get it.
What love
Why is she crying?
transcending? That makes no
Space and
sense. Is
time.
there an
It just-
equation for that? Like,
It just sounds so stupid, but but that is what it was. Like that is the
Yeah.
heart behind the film, and it's beautiful. I don't think you need to say it, but fair. I'm glad to hear the
Yeah.
other side of why it should be explained.
really needed that.
But did you know that Kip Thorne actually conceptualized the movie 10 years prior to
I
approaching
didn't
Nolan?
know that.
Yeah.
I know that he had been on set, which is crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
That's not common.
Yeah.
Although it's getting more
Appreciate it.
popular, which I'm very happy
which
about.
they should do, for God's sake.
Like, geez, like the Fantastic Four thing, that board, like the math board, when I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, this is just like...
Trash.
Well, no, it was like accurate. It's just not how a mathematician would have laid that out. So it was just like
Got it.
chaotic. And not in like a I'm a genius kind of way, but in like a you should know half of this by heart.
Yeah.
So it would kind of be like if you were writing a book, and you had a
Oh,
thick
which we
board.
both have written books,
Yes,
guys.
we have done
We just didn't bring them with us on this
Plugging.
first session, but they will be linked, I guess.
We'll just Photoshop.
Just have a bad. It's like it's like floating. My book is nonfiction. It's all things space related. Hers
Oh, mine's
is
fiction, though.
Sci-fi.
Sci-fi fiction,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
which is great. You get the best of both worlds.
I know, with no hard ideas. But yeah, so it'd be like if you had an entire board and you were like laying out your plot and stuff, and you had the alphabet written out.
Yeah.
Do you know how weird? You see what I mean? Like that's
yeah.
weird. Like you wouldn't.
There's a yeah, I totally get it. A structured way this would have naturally happened to
Yeah.
someone who was trained in that.
Yeah, you're like, I know the alphabet. I wouldn't write this down.
Yeah.
It's kind of what was on that board. Like, some of it was pretty cool, but some of it I'm like, he would just have skipped this step and not written it down.
That's so awesome.
So, yeah. So it was just like little things like that. And then like he was like drawing the graphs of a white hole. And again, that's another thing, like visually, it's just in your head. You wouldn't draw that out.
Need to draw that out.
Like,
that's just pure for audience.
Would you draw a book when you were writing a book? Like, would you do that? Like, no, you know what a book looks like. Yeah,
Fair enough. That's cool. Tell me about the story, how they... so for people who don't know, because she doesn't tend to give the full story when she speaks, she did the board, the writing on the board in Fantastic
We'll have
Four.
like a little blurb at the bottom.
Like, here are the subtitles that you need for Ashley's backstory. So how did they approach you? What was that process like?
Well, it was a social media thing. There were 5 of us. It was 2 tech people, which I guess they considered me one of the tech people. Awesome. And then a guy who builds suits, like for real.
Dang.
And then 2 costume designers.
Okay.
So it was kind of like the full gambit. And then they wouldn't tell us the plot. They wouldn't tell us anything, which was funny because we're like, so I mean, if you read the comics, but
yeah, right.
But when we got to the board, to the math board, the producers were there, and I was like, "Hey,
this
just like no, it didn't suck. It was just like I would love to know who you asked to put this together because it just looks like not something we would do." And I started really looking at it. I'm like, I got the plot. I know the whole plot. And one of the producers was like, "You're stressing me out." Because we had to go through a huge security thing where Disney's head of security, who's basically like an ex-Marine, was like, if you release any of this stuff, but we were like, holy shit.
Take your life as payment.
They're not, they're like, we will take your firstborn child. And
you're like, well,
damn, and your kidney.
It doesn't exist. A kidney I want.
That so. I need. But they weren't joking around with security, so they wouldn't tell us the plot.
Yeah, of
and
course.
it was just crazy, but it was really fun. It was really awesome. Everybody who worked on set was there. Literally, they had everybody.
Yeah.
And it was the actor's day off because I think Vanessa Kirby was sick. One of them was sick.
Okay.
But it was everybody else.
Right.
And you could ask them anything of like how they designed this, and like they really thought about the science behind all of it, which was kind of cool. Okay. And you're like, damn, you actually put an effort.
Yeah.
But the board, like that was, I could see why that would be tough to like. You have a genius.
Yeah.
You know, but what's crazy is there are legitimate math geniuses in this world that if you give them like $100, they'll do that.
Yeah,
they'll give you the board.
They'll give you the
and be
board.
like,
here,
dude, give me $100, PayPal me.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll
here, I'll just give you a quick board.
Yeah,
absolutely.
because I'm not that smart either. Like if I was impersonating a math genius, I wouldn't be able to.
Gotcha.
I just knew that. I was like,
that's just not.
I can't. Yeah. Half of this shouldn't be here.
Oh, so they didn't technically hire you for that. You were just like, listen.
It was too late by that point.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and then I was like, but this one.
That's even cooler, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, take charge while you're there. So was the initial like them getting in contact with you just to like a collab on a video?
Yeah,
like a promo?
It was like a promo thing, and
then bring you to set, all of that.
Yeah,
That's
but
cool.
with the board thing, I was like, if you want to cross out a line, and then in the trailer, there's a scene where Pedro Pascal crosses it out. So I'm like, did they listen to me?
They
question mark?
They probably did.
I mean, the producers were there.
Yeah, 100%.
And I was like, maybe it wasn't in the movie; it was in the trailer. Because I remember seeing it and be like, oh, that was the thing that I was like, yeah. So.
That's so funny.
I don't know.
No, that's awesome though. But like, you might as well speak up when you're there. You are the expert in the field. Whether you're not hired for that specifically or not, you would know better. Okay, so we were both at the premiere. However, she didn't tell me until after she left that she saw me one row ahead. I had no idea she was there, but here we go. But,
the orchestra had already started by that point. So what was I going to do?
The orchestra was awesome.
Throw popcorn at you? I was like, you were just far enough away that if I shout, I will bother everybody.
I'm like, who is this?
I tried texting you, but they
There's no
Disney
service.
blocked
Holy
text.
crap. Yeah.
That was creepy. Nothing. I was like,
there was nothing. We could not communicate with the outside world at downtown LA. But holy crap, weird. They went all out.
So, they did. It was super fun.
Yeah, and even now you left before the after show with the drones.
I crashed out.
And
I totally people crashed out.
A lot of stimulation happening there. I will say, as much as I enjoyed the movie, visually really pretty.
Yes.
The whole let's transport our Earth to some remote part of the universe annoyed the shit out of me because you would know to take the moon. You need the moon.
Yeah.
Life can't survive on Earth. It wouldn't have formed without our moon. So there's that. Also, I just remember vaguely, and I could actually be wrong, when he was experimenting with the egg, right, to transport it. Before they did the whole Earth, there was a scene where he was trying to figure out that mechanism. So he put an egg in the transportation little thing, and then it appeared somewhere else where there was already another transportation thing. So it needed an apparatus at the location. Yeah, so how the fuck are we transforming transporting Earth billions of light years away when you don't have something there to receive it. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I didn't catch that one, but the one I did catch was the birth scene.
That bothered me too.
He said we need gravity, and I was like, oh yeah, great, because you do. Actually, that's in The Expanse too.
Yes.
They get attacked, and the doctor's like, what's going on? And the other doctor's like, this is your first time in space, isn't it? Because blood pools if there's no gravity, and then you die. So even a paper cut, well, a good enough cut could like really kill you, which is insane.
Yeah.
So in that scene, he's like, we need gravity. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, that's such a subtle thing for him to, but then they never actually get it. She gives birth. And I'm like, dead.
While like rotating on the event horizon of a black hole.
Yeah, there was no gravity though. She was floating in that scene. I'm like, dead. Hemorrhaging, dead. Like, what? That was the only one I caught.
No,
otherwise, I was like, ooh, I went
right.
to that spot and I was on that part of the ship. And I was like,
you're just giddy to see the set pieces.
Ooh. And then I crashed out.
Then you crashed out. I don't blame you.
Yeah. Well, I'm an introvert, right? Which always blows people's minds. But like being around that many people that I have to interact with. Yeah. Like a Dodgers game, whatever. I don't have to interact with anybody.
Yeah, but that you're like, people are talking, they come to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like half the people in our industry were there. So I was like, oh God, I know everybody.
I know,
here.
I'm going to have to say hi to people. You got there early too to take. Or no, I didn't care to get there early to take blue carpet pictures. So I just arrived like right on time. Ate some food, had some drinks, went straight to the theater.
The food was good.
The food was good.
That was cool. Oh, I was seeing the girl. I don't know if you saw this girl, but she had I bet if we Googled it, we could find her. She had the coolest handmade silver surfer kind of outfit.
Might have seen. There were like a bunch of people who hired to be there in costumes, right? Was she?
She was hired, I think, because she was working. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can tell when someone's there because they're getting paid.
Right.
But she looked fantastic. And they put me, frumpy Irish fucking gremlin, next to her. And I'm like, dude, I was like, why? And so I should have known that I was going to crash out in 2 hours from all that stimulation.
Yeah. It was a huge premiere. Like everything within a 1 acre vicinity was blue carpeted. Yeah. It was nuts.
That was crazy.
So yeah. You would have died at Comic-Con then. Well, you went last year for Lego.
Year.
We were both there for Lego and didn't know it until after.
Yeah.
This year I went the whole time on behalf of Amazon Prime. I just say you would have died because of the crowds. You know, you're
I crashed out last year too. Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't want to go again.
And we had a private escort and everything. We got bumped up to whatever all these panels we had to go to. It was cool. But I will say, what I was primarily there for was Project Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for that film.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's their favorite Andy Weir novel also.
I have not read it.
They sent me a copy and I haven't read it yet. So
I have the Martian.
I'll get there, guys. And it's not that, okay, we keep saying we haven't watched, or at least I am, or we haven't read. It's not that I'm lazy. I do a lot of shit.
It's that we're busy.
Exactly. Yeah. To sit there and open a book, I'm waiting for that day.
Like I need the movie to just start.
Yeah, seriously.
You know.
Absolutely. Yeah. But it looks really good. And
but you did read it.
I have not read
it.
Oh,
okay.
I want to before the film comes out next year. So there's plenty of time. Actually, yeah, do I want to? Ugh. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just watch the movie.
And then read the book. That's the order I like to do it, actually, because then I have the actors and the visuals in my head.
Yes,
I'm like, oh,
I
this
agree.
is better.
Exactly. You know? I was a huge fan of Game of Thrones up until, obviously, not season 8. Well, for me, technically, it started to fall off a little bit after, like, season 4. There started to be errors.
Really? I kind of liked. I liked up until 4.
They were up until 4 perfect. Then they started having some errors. They
deviated. Yeah.
And then it started to be like, wait, that doesn't make sense. And there was, like, one major thing every season until it all just went to hell.
The Jamie arc, I was just like, murder me.
Holy crap, what was the point?
Just murder me.
He almost had a perfect story of everybody in there. And then the very last thing when he's like, I didn't care for the peasants anyway. They just undid everything.
He could have said that and then did the right thing. That still would have lined up. Because his actions were always, well, not always, but near the end, his actions were becoming honorable, but he was still an asshole.
Yeah, he was still
I was like, oh, that's fine. I don't mind that, but like... Oh my God! That killed me.
Yeah, there was just But the point is, I am reading. I'm like starting the second book now. I'm reading it after I watched
Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
I read it in high school.
I have a long way to go.
Old I am. It was given to me as a high school gift, like way before it was ever a TV show or anything. And I read it that way as a 17-year-old impressionable girl. My cousin was like, "This is a good idea.
This is a good idea for you.
Let me give her this book full of like horrid scenes.
Horrid scenes where like a lot of the females are underage. Also, yeah, compared to the standards of our society, of course. But
so that was fun. But it was really good.
Yeah.
And then I think I was on the 4th book when the show
started. Okay, got it. Well, we're still waiting for this last one. So
he's not going to write it. Let's just be real for 5 seconds. Like if I were him, I wouldn't finish it. I'd be like,
I'm good. I'm old. I don't care. The show hit a peak what am I going to do from here on out? Who cares?
And at this point, everyone's just going to be critical of him anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
can you imagine?
There's going to be no praise for him.
No,
so why would he
that's
bother?
so true. Because it's not going to go the way you expected it to, and you're just going to hate on him. Yeah, why even deal?
It's like George Lucas returning to Star Wars. Yeah. I don't think the fan base would be super psyched about that.
Probably not.
You know? Like, I don't think they'll be thrilled.
Right.
So it's
and
like...
then he would just be held to this impossible standard.
Yeah, of the original trilogy, which, Jesus Christ, I mean, that was decades ago. So it's
70s. Holy crap.
That's so crazy to me. Not that far from me, but sometimes I think back of like, who was I? Oh, I think I was talking, I was talking to my pseudo roommate right now. And I was just like, man, do you remember the 80s? And he was like, not really.
No.
I'm like, yeah, you do. Don't lie to me. You remember. And I'm like,
girl, I wasn't alive then.
You're lucky. 90s. I just remember my mom's glasses and her hair. And I was like, oh,
fashion was high concept back then for sure.
It was terrible.
As at least according to pictures I have seen.
The 90s were fun.
Since I was not alive.
I sadly was very much alive. The 90s were fun though, the bright clothes.
Yeah.
I dug that.
Absolutely. The grunge era.
That was fun.
Country as an immigrant, so we were just shopping at like Kmart and stuff for a while.
That's where we were all going.
Yeah, right? I was just also trying to assimilate.
Was that in Ohio?
Staten Island at first.
Oh, Staten, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan. Ohio. People were so fucking mean and racist. Don't get me wrong. Like I had a group of friends.
Yeah.
But then when we eventually moved to Ohio, people were so nice. You would think it'd be the opposite. Like a city that is experienced more immigration and more foreigners versus the middle of America.
Where exactly is Staten Island?
Staten Island, it was like a 1 hour ferry, not even a 1 hour ferry ride from Manhattan. So it's really not far.
So it's like
slightly more
north. Oh,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong, even though I lived there, but I was a child.
So that doesn't count.
So I don't know geography at that point.
That's okay. I was born in Jersey, and I'm like, I don't know where Trenton is. I don't even know what the capital is. Is that the capital? I don't even know. So
I think
I'm like, for a second there, I was like, it's Philadelphia, because like if you live in Southern Jersey, Philadelphia, like Philly sports are kind of.
Oh yeah, got it.
That's where everybody. Yeah.
I actually don't. I don't know, girl. I don't know what the capital is. Wow, nobody's really going to listen to our show because we're like, we are women in STEM, but we don't know geography to save our lives.
Dude, I hate rocks. I fucking hate rocks.
Hashtag hate rocks.
I hate rocks.
I've never heard this in my life.
I will write a manifesto against rocks one day.
Why?
I just fucking hate them.
Does someone hit you with a rock?
Because they're fucking stupid. It like categorizing to them to me is just like, it's like watching grass grow.
So I guess we're never going to have a geologist as a guest on this, or unless I do it solo.
I would just be like, I literally hate you.
I hate you and your life choices because fuck rocks. Fuck you studying them and giving them importance.
I actually hate biology too, but only as it's funny because I love animals, but I don't give a fuck what genus they're in.
That's fair.
Like all that, like the mitochondria. I'm like,
it's just random facts that will never. It's just you throw them out in conversation.
Yeah,
but
I literally don't care.
What is it doing otherwise?
That's why I liked mathematics so much. Is because that whole universe doesn't exist. Right. Everything about mathematics is problem solving.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, this.
It gets you a result of some kind. It leads to something.
There's no there's no what do they call that section where you have to like define words? Like math tests don't have that.
Yeah.
And I loved that. I was like, yes, thank you. They weren't
this
what's the
Makes
difference?
sense. Yeah. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. They're like, here's a problem. This dude has too many oranges. What do we do? You know, and I'm like, yes, this.
He has
I love
excess
that.
oranges.
Yeah, excess rocks. Burn them all. I don't know.
Just throw them into space.
Blast them
throw them into the sun.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nuclear bomb.
Exactly. Dang. So then, I work part-time. Well, I maybe should. Whatever. Griffith Observatory. Once upon a time, I
make
was there.
X amount an hour.
And minimum wage. But
really?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Actually, it might be a little bit more. But to be fair, girl, we do nothing at that job. So
really? You just like on your phone. You're like,
yeah. And I get my health insurance through them just working 10 hours a week. So they could have paid me nothing and I still would have been there.
So you're saving $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't rely on SAG-AFTRA.
Do they have really terrible insurance?
It's just that you have to earn a certain amount every year to...
What's the amount? It's got to be crazy, right?
It's not terrible, but that goes to show you how little work SAG actors are actually getting.
I know,
so
I know.
I think it's like the base is like $25K, but I make more on like social media and doing everything else than I do.
Social media pays so well
through SAG-AFTRA. So just saying. Anyway, Griffith.
We're like
Griffith. Not a fan, guys. And I'll tell you a personal story real quick. Back in like 2015 or 14, I shot a sitcom called Hot in Cleveland. I got to work with Betty White for a week. Still the best experience of my life, being a huge Golden Girls fan.
Oh my God, I love that.
That was amazing. And then my shitty agent at the time withheld my money. And like, I'm not a fucking idiot, nor am I going to let this payment go because it's a substantial amount. And then I don't know what excuses she kept making. So I contacted SAG because this is a TV show, so it's under SAG rules.
Sure.
And they're like, we can't help. And I'm like, what the fuck am I paying biannual dues for then? Like, you don't have
They don't have a legal team.
How can you not? Why are you here?
I'm so glad I'm not an actress.
Like,
oh
what am
God.
I paying for then? So just get screeners every year? Keep them. I don't care. But I've just hated them since. That rubbed me such a wrong way.
Did you ever get that money?
I did eventually.
Okay, good.
I kept yelling at her. Because I'm like, do you think I'm not going to?
Why did it go to her in the first place?
It normally goes to your agent. That's just how the contracts are signed. And then they cut you.
Oh,
they
I
take their
hate
10%.
that.
Yeah, for more often than not. It always.
I'm so glad I'm not an actress. Why even bother?
Take it. No, and then like
This pays way better.
this pays way better.
Well,
You're
yeah.
in more control. We talk about things we enjoy, and like nothing is even shooting in LA right now anyway. So this industry is suffering. I say that as I'm still trying to get my pilot developed.
But social media does so well. So we're like,
media does so well.
and you can do that from anywhere.
can do
Although
it
it is
from
better
anywhere.
to do it from here, I think, because resources.
Yeah.
As opposed to Ohio. No
Oh
offense,
yeah,
but let's be real.
definitely.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And you meet other creatives like we met because we live here.
Yeah.
And that's what brought us to Strange and Suspicious last
I
year.
know.
So we met on the
so
set of a
random.
TV show that was kind of like this, but like 8 more people.
Yeah.
We were given topics for the week. It ranged from everything from science to true crime, but the point is
To ghosts.
to ghosts, right? Like
Yeah.
it's called Strange and Suspicious. So we were there to talk about random shit, like what was considered conspiracies, but most of us were there to debunk it.
I was just shooting it down every time.
Every
I was
single
like,
time, because it was dumb shit.
No
It was like
patience for
moon
that.
landing denying, or what is this rectangle in Antarctica? And it's like, it's a fucking glacier.
was that the first one
that
we
was
did?
the first one. And it was just a corner of an iceberg.
Yeah, and we were all like,
Where people are like,
what are we
this is a
looking at?
door. This is a door to some
But
portal in
the-
Antarctica.
Well, the crazy part is like you can give all of us shit so much for even talking about it or why it's even brought up, but it's being brought up because there's actually like a whole hashtag thread about how people
Yes,
think it's real.
that's exactly
so like
right.
we're literally forced to talk about it because
Yeah.
people think it's real.
People think it's real. So it
Yeah.
was like we kind of felt from our scientific standpoint like this duty to the planet to shoot their shit down.
Yeah.
But of course, being like a truthful show, Fox only aired it for a month and they're like, no.
Yeah.
You can't have science shows on our network.
Yeah, I wonder what
So,
their reason was. Like I wonder what
fuck
in that
knows?
meeting they were like, no.
I honestly, I don't know. Because I can't imagine the shittings were ratey. The ratings were shitty.
My co's are told. Well, I don't know because I feel like between all of us, the social media views were in the millions.
yeah, absolutely.
Because mine alone, I got like 500,000 off of one video. So
Exactly.
I'm like, I know.
And that's more than what most Fox shows get primetime views anyway on a weekly
or
basis.
apolitical. No.
Well, that's probably the thing. But I will say,
Yeah.
I think they spread themselves a little thin because there was like some of us in science and then a bunch of people in true crime, and they just tried every topic possible.
Only
Maybe
3 of us technically were in STEM at all.
That's true. Mostly everybody else was
Yeah.
in law enforcement, true crime, the UFO guy, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, the only one not on the group chat because he has an
an
Windows
Android.
phone.
Yeah, I know. Fuck
we're
outta
like
here.
Windows.
We don't want our tech screen. But
yeah,
so
my
that's
phone.
how we met, guys. Being in LA,
Yeah.
coming from a STEM background, getting a random call to be on this TV show. I wish still to this day, though, that it
Would've been
kept
fun.
going. It was
It would've
such an
been
easy, fun
It
gig.
was such an easy gig.
Yeah, just to get paid, just to sit there and
For
talk.
like 2 hours and then we were
Yeah,
out.
And then we were done. It was awesome.
We didn't do
But
any work. Michael did all the work.
Michael
Michael,
was amazing. One of
the
the
researchers.
researcher on the show would hand us
Yeah.
packets every week of like, these are the topics, guys. Not to say that we were sticking to a script, but it was like, and then we would do our own due diligence in each topic.
I mean, he
Deep
would
dive.
stand there the whole time too. He didn't go anywhere. So he was like ready for facts.
100%.
I was like,
he's like,
damn.
oh, you pronounced that name wrong, and we'd have to type
Yeah,
it again.
that was crazy
What
that
a
he would
guy.
even think to look that up.
Michael, if we ever get sponsored and a
Yes,
lot of money,
we'll take you,
we'd love to
Michael.
hire you. Leave TMZ.
We love Michael.
But
Yeah.
I honestly think Hollywood has a duty in this day and age, especially, to be bringing smart shows to the public because we're just getting so fucking dumb.
I know.
And like Hollywood, holy shit, like you have the power to have some sense of change.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to do anything, but at least social media, the STEM tab on TikTok, that was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
I was like, damn. And YouTube
Thank
now
you.
has an educational. I forgot. They invited me to it. I haven't like really looked at it,
Awesome.
but they're definitely pushing educational content.
For God's sake, it's about
So,
time. You push all the
yeah.
conspiracy bullshit for long enough, and now they're
Well,
like,
they say they don't, but
yeah, okay.
But the STEM fee, I mean, all that stuff, those are big moves. And I'm like, I still cannot figure out how they're making money. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. Like, let's be real. Like,
Yeah.
businesses don't have souls. So somehow you're making money.
yeah.
I
Are
think
they
it's because the
running
views are
ads?
high.
Yeah, they must be.
Like, think about it. Like, there's, what, like 30 of us in the US at least, right, that kind of like run the STEM social media show. Like it's all the same 30 people essentially. And we all like bring in a lot of views.
Right.
So
yeah, collectively would be probably nearing the billions.
Oh yeah, and we're consistent.
Yeah.
Like every time one of us puts a video up, it usually does pretty well.
Yeah,
like
right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like you know, a lot of actors try to do like little funny skits, or comedians have stuff and it's very inconsistent.
Oh my God, yeah.
I wonder if that's what they're looking at and they're like, oh,
Yeah,
it's pretty consistent.
100%.
And they're like, we can make money off of something like
Yes,
this. You can create a budget.
A loyal audience, right? Because
It
we're
is,
so
yeah.
niched versus someone who's just they're just being themselves. So it's like lifestyle, and you're like, this can be kind of all over the place.
Like, come with me to like make
engagement that way matters. That's true.
If I ever do that, just shoot me.
Okay.
Like,
I'll know it's
honestly,
the end.
gun.
I'll be like, gun.
The end.
I'll be
Gun.
like, okay, I'm not even gonna like try to help her. She's hit the end.
That's the end.
It's just over. She's doing
Yeah.
lifestyle now.
No, honestly, I never post anything about my personal life. Like, really, ever.
I don't either. I've hid that part of my world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want people to know family, pets.
Nothing.
Why?
Even our names aren't real.
I know.
When we went to Disneyland and none of us had our real... We were like, oh shit, I don't know
shit.
anyone's real name.
Does the submitted name have to match the government ID?
I was like, okay.
Stage names,
I was
guys.
like, in the group chat, I was like, I need all y'all's real name, okay? Or we're not going to be able to get into
We
Disney.
might not be able to get in with the face scanning. It doesn't match the government ID. Jesus. That's so
great.
funny. Going to JPL, all of that. You got to have a passport or a real ID. Oh,
Really?
speaking of GPL, holy crap. What's
GM.
wrong?
I got a new truck.
I got a truck. JPL laid off another 550 people a few days ago.
I heard about that.
It's been like almost 1,500 people since the beginning of 2024, and it just keeps getting worse.
I literally...
It's so sad.
Actually, that reminds me, the thing about the NASA budget that infuriates me the most is that everything's getting cut except for like the future exploration category.
Yeah,
and I'm
we
like,
gotta get to Mars.
I'm like, okay, cool. How do you think that happens though?
No shit.
Like, if you
can't cut the steps along the way.
Yeah, I'm like, if you cut all this other stuff, that thing doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't know how people think science works. And the other thing that's infuriating is everybody thinks NASA is just space stuff, and it's like, okay, so pause. There's like a whole tech department, right, that just works on technology of cameras.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, they work on like everything.
Yeah.
Lasers, cameras, like things that you don't even think about.
Right.
That are critical, and I don't know what their plan is, because nobody's going. There's 2 launch windows left by 2030, which is what they say, or Elon Musk says we're going to Mars by 2030. I'm like, cool, with one launch window coming up right now.
Right.
You want to chase it around the sun?
No, the whole
dude.
like getting to Mars anytime soon. We talked about this last year on Strange and Suspicious. It's so absurd.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
It's so absurd. Not to say we never will, but there's so much shit we have to still figure out. One of the big topics we brought up last year to like debunk the idea is like radiation along the way.
Oh, because I had said like something very controversial, and Harvey was like, say that again.
Yeah.
And it was, everybody's going to come back with cancer.
Yeah.
Right now, that's what it's looking like.
Yeah.
It's not going to show up right away, but like these people are going to get early onset cancer.
Yeah,
100%.
Exactly. They're kind of going there to die, the guinea pigs. But no, for sure, this administration wants to be like space exploration, spacefaring with humans.
Which
But
at
I'm
first
like,
sounds cool.
Yes, but when you cut everything that could help you lead up to that, how does that make sense? Climate sciences, even astrophysics departments, like all of it's getting
satellites.
fucked.
I'm sorry. How do you think we do anything?
Your
Satellites.
GPS. All the shit that we learn on the ISS, like that have even advanced medical sciences, it's just like, it's so depressing.
There's a part of me that's kind of happy about all of it, because I had a friend who worked at SpaceX, and we used to talk about privatization versus public funding.
Sure.
And just federal funding and all that, and like when the people are involved versus when a select few are involved. And he was very pro privatization. Like privatize space, privatize space militaries. I don't know where.
Okay.
But he was like full blown into it. And at first I was like, I don't really like that.
Yeah.
But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, okay, SpaceX does have a pretty bad success rate compared to NASA, right? Because they're just like, screw it, let's do it. And it blows up. But they have more money, more resources, so they can afford to do that.
Experiment more.
But they accelerated really fast because they could just kind of, throw shit at the wall and see what happens, So I'm like,
no, I get that.
I don't know. Maybe privatization would be a good
way
idea.
to go. Yeah.
Because you can take more risks because you have less people to answer to.
Exactly. Less red tape. Government shit is always, working at
Oh my
fucking
God.
Griffith, it's like
Is
a
it?
nightmare. It's run by the city. So like that's why
Okay.
nothing changes there, because we can't.
Just
It's like
time
you have to
capsule.
go through a lot of bullshit to
Yeah.
make any change happen versus
Yeah.
a privately run museum. You see how beautiful those are.
Yeah.
It's very different. Not to say
Yeah.
Griffith isn't pretty, but like it's just stagnant.
Could be. They could do a
There's
lot.
so much more that could be
They
done.
have great real estate. I mean, they could do a ton up
They
there.
could do so much,
Yeah.
right?
And
There's
they're
so
just
much
like,
potential. Okay, I get his point
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
And clearly this seems to be the way things are going because the budget that they're proposing for next year for NASA, doesn't it take it back to pre-Apollo times?
Yeah.
Like from when NASA was first
Before we
forming.
ever went into space.
It's just insane.
Yeah, it's like, oh, cool. So China and India are going to like wipe the floor with us.
Yes,
'Cause
they are.
My theory with ESA, I think Europe is just literally going to go anywhere else except Mars. I think they have zero interest in Mars.
Yeah.
I think their long-term plans are like, no.
Yeah.
We're going to go to all these random ass moons.
Yeah, exactly. To search for life.
And like you children can play,
You can play
in
with
the
Mars. It's Mars
sandpit.
obsession. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
Mars is such a waste of time, personally.
I get it, girl.
But I do think we're going to go. And I think our lifetime we're going to see it.
I think our
we'll
lifetime
see
we'll
people
see it.
there.
I think so too.
It'll be me because I'll be like, one-way ticket, sign me up.
Yeah, no.
Introvert.
I know. That's right.
leave me
I'll
alone.
be living in like a mushroom on there. Remember
Yeah.
that? Because we talked about that last year too on the show. The idea of using mycelia to build structures on Mars because it's lightweight.
Oh,
You just add some water. So
yeah.
you'll be living in an ugly mushroom,
Yeah.
staring out into this red terrain. Amazing. Dying
I
of
mean,
cancer, maybe.
Yeah, nobody's
Maybe.
around.
Maybe.
So why don't
Okay.
you just put me in a little ship?
Yeah.
And I could be by myself in the aluminum pod.
Yeah.
That sounds delightful, honestly. Actually, the thing that I think would terrify me is looking out the window and seeing nothing. Because I think everybody
can't
thinks
look.
you'll see stars.
Yeah, no, you're
It's
not going
like,
to see shit.
there's no shit. Yeah, there's just this. It's this darkness.
Yeah, it's just darkness.
I will lose my fucking mind, I think. Like a reaver, I'll snap.
No, totally. Knowing that
Yeah.
there's like a few inches of material between you and the vacuum of space. It's quite trippy.
I hate that. And I hate open water. So even the idea of like being on a boat, dude, I'm
Yeah.
like, ugh.
No, it's so, you know what? That's so true. Anytime I have dreams where I'm in space, it's absolutely terrifying. I'm
I've
like
never had
clutched
one.
to something and I'm just like fucking
Wait,
afraid.
How often do you dream about space?
Not as often as you think, but
Okay.
But when I do, it's very memorable. I don't forget those dreams because of the
Oh, I want one.
fear
I
or
want
like
one.
the awe/fear.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't look because it's too much. It's like overwhelming. To
My
be in
dreams are
space.
like at another planet. Always.
That's cool.
No. Because then I wake up and I'm like, Earth.
Okay.
Where?
Normal gravity. Earth-like gravity.
yeah.
Okay, speaking of aluminum, though, you did send me that article about 3D printing.
Oh,
MIT engineers, the nerds.
the aluminum alloy.
Yeah, it's 5 times stronger than traditional aluminum.
Which is crazy.
That's crazy.
So
3D printed.
And it's important because planes would be lighter, and if they
Yes.
consume less fuel, tickets would be cheaper. Because
Cheaper.
fuel is the biggest problem for planes.
Price. Exactly.
So
And
things like this,
less emissions.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it will make things cheaper for us. So they were just like AI. Let's just see if AI can solve this problem.
Yeah, I did read that, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
their machine learning model narrowed it down to just 40 possibilities.
Which is crazy. That's like nothing.
Conventional methods would require validating over 1 million material combinations. The team's
Yeah.
machine learning model narrowed it down to just 40.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which is really like
That's
nothing.
amazing.
Like if people were doing it, it would be just, I mean, this endless, like, let's try this. And what
Yeah.
about this? And just for AI to be like,
Boom. This is what makes the most sense. This
Yeah.
is how you so well incorporate AI into making the world a better place.
yeah, that's
Shit
why
like this.
that's what it's supposed to be doing is
Yes.
running models.
Yes.
Like that's
so cool.
I just love that so much. And I was like, yes, let us do
Yeah.
that. And I think there was something about how they mine it wasn't super terrible either. Because traditional metal casting is super expensive and they can 3D print this instead
Right.
of traditional casting.
Dang.
Which is crazy.
That's
so like it's
crazy.
just cheaper from top to bottom.
Yeah, right? And
So
then
I'm like, let's
same
do that.
material that they could use to build rockets, like everything. It can apply to so
Yeah.
much shit.
I think
Yeah.
I think for rockets, because
You
I
probably
know
need maybe
for
something
planes it was the
sturdier.
blades.
Oh, that's
Because
right.
they
It
weigh a
wouldn't-
ton.
Yeah,
Not
got it,
literally,
got it.
but yeah.
But
I
a
don't know
shit
how much
ton.
they weigh.
A shit ton.
I have to stop saying ton because people in the comments are always like,
like,
do you mean literally? And I'm like, no, I don't even know
No.
what a ton is. 3,200?
2,000 pounds.
2,000.
So yeah.
3,200 kilos? I don't even know, dude. I'm like,
2,000 pounds? Now I'm questioning myself. It is 2,000 a ton.
'Cause I
Or is
know
it
it-
1,000?
I don't know. I know in physics you have to learn all of those conversions and memorize them, but in mathematics, they just give them to you because they're like,
Yeah.
we know you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So here, let's just get to the point.
So we never memorize them. We're like,
Yeah.
yeah, no mathematician really knows it off the top of their head. I love like when you ask the miles and the kilometers. The only reason why I knew that is because of driving in Portugal so much. The hardest
Yeah,
part
let's
they
do,
say of physics is the math, and I totally disagree. But
What do you think's the hardest part?
just like looking at
Everything
something
else.
and being like, how did that come about?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? There's such a creative element to it. You look back
Yeah.
to like Newton's times in the 1600s and his like falling apple and he's
17,
like
I think.
17? Yeah,
Pretty sure,
Galileo
yeah.
was 16. Newton was 17.
Yeah.
But then just his eventually figuring out the laws of motion, especially in relation to the planets. What's the equation? Oh, fuck. G equals M1 plus M2 over R squared.
Oh, that whole thing.
Holy
yeah.
crap. Like,
see, on a math test, they give us that.
oh, yeah. See, I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what was it again? I'm pulling it from my
We
memory.
don't memorize anything. Yeah.
That must be nice.
It's so, dude, it's
be
so
nice.
nice. I think everybody assumes we memorize everything, but we
Right.
don't memorize shit.
Dang. So you're given the
Yeah.
formulas and then
Yeah.
you solve.
You're supposed to solve actual problems.
right.
Yeah, and then prove why 2
not
plus
just
2 equals
prove
3.
that you know the problems.
Yeah, which is
Right.
great.
But like, imagine he essentially founded classical physics, classical mechanics, based
yeah.
on. I mean, if
don't
it
even know.
if an apple even fell, is besides the point. He was on Earth and he invented calculus,
Yeah.
and then just watched shit in space, and it's still true to this day. We still
literally-
use it to go to the moon and launch things.
Every time I look at those maps and how they decide from Earth's POV how orbits work, and they look insane, I'm like, I don't know how they made sense of this.
I don't know either.
Because like I look at that, I'm like, no.
What is that? What?
I'd be like, dude, I'm gonna churn some butter. Like
yeah, just I give up.
I'm not doing
OnlyFans
this.
back in the day. And just walk the streets, these
Yeah.
cobblestone streets.
Yeah, I would be like,
give
no,
up.
I'm useless. You
Yeah,
gotta throw me
sorry,
out of the back.
guys.
Dude, I'm
Sorry.
a witch. Just burn me.
Yeah, just
I know
burn me.
math.
Yeah, that's right. Just burn
Flames.
me.